A few days ago, a strange fog has emerged across various regions of the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, prompting a surge of questions and concerns. Although fog itself is not unusual, this particular phenomenon appears to carry symptoms and characteristics far beyond what one might expect from normal weather patterns. Reports of skin irritation, throat burning, and a persistent metallic aftertaste have been on the rise. Moreover, people have observed sticky residues on cars, windows, and bodies of water, raising suspicions that some sort of chemical or even biological agent may be drifting through the air. What initially seemed like a typical meteorological event soon revealed itself to be far more unsettling. Owners of parked vehicles discovered a thick, tacky film clinging to paint and windshields, nearly impossible to remove. Meanwhile, pools, lakes, and even public fountains took on a milky sheen, giving those who looked closely an eerie sense of unease. Did you know that this fog is part of a biblical prophecy? Every passing day brought fresh accounts of respiratory complaints, skin rashes, and that peculiar metallic sensation lingering on the tongue, almost as though a toxic breath were silently creeping along the streets. Yet the fog's peculiar physical effects are not the only aspect causing alarm. Hidden beneath its swirling layers lies a story that many find deeply disturbing. Before the fog ever appeared, countless residents and professional pilots had recorded drones conducting unusual flights, often late at night, hovering above rooftops, empty fields, or deserted roads. Pilot testimonies suggest these devices did not follow standard mapping or surveillance routes, but instead meandered in random patterns that defied explanation. For some, this synchronized wave of drone activity hints that the fog might be no mere meteorological oddity, but rather the end result of a carefully orchestrated initiative. Widespread distrust began to grow when similar incidents occurred in multiple locations at once. In one region, skies teemed with drones. In another, people reported glowing spheres of light floating in the night. Some witnesses, trembling in their recounting, claimed they saw brief flashes or flickers in the sky that resembled portals opening and shutting. It all sounds extraordinary, yet these claims gained traction especially after the election of Donald Trump in November 2024, during which several inexplicable aviation accidents and seemingly unrelated disasters happened in quick succession. It was as though some invisible thread stitched these strange events together, weaving them into a single, mysterious tapestry. Physical effects and unnerved animals. Have you seen the mysterious fog in the USA and Canada? Animals started behaving strangely after it appeared. Perhaps the most unsettling facet of these reports is how domestic animals have reacted. Dog owners mention that their pets freeze at the door when confronted by the fog, barking at what appears to be nothingness. Cats, meanwhile, dart from one window to another, meowing as if they see a threat imperceptible to the human eye. Historically, animals have shown heightened sensitivity to environmental shifts, ranging from seismic tremors to subtle changes in atmospheric pressure. So if even they are spooked, one has to wonder what is truly lurking in this fog. Those who have come into direct contact with the murky haze describe a burning or itching sensation on their skin, accompanied by throat discomfort and ongoing shortness of breath. The recurrence of such symptoms in diverse neighborhoods bolsters the theory that chemical substances may be floating in the air. Even more alarming is the chalky, glue-like residue that sticks to surfaces, suggesting that we are dealing with something well beyond condensation or ordinary moisture. What do the authorities say about this mystery? The answers are shocking. Want to find out more? We'll tell you, but first, we have a very important message for you. We need your help to fulfill our calling to spread God's word and touch the hearts of millions. Together, we can bring hope, faith, and His truth to those who need it most, but we can't do it alone. Your support is crucial to continuing this ministry. Every week, we post around 30 videos, sharing over 100 videos each month to reach as many people as possible. However, this mission comes with costs, tools, editors, and resources to create high-quality content that glorifies God and inspires others. Without your help, we cannot sustain this work and continue spreading His message. By supporting us on Patreon, you're not just helping us cover these costs, you're becoming an essential part of this mission. Click the link at the top of our profile, in our bio, or the pinned comment to join us. Your contribution makes a real difference. As it says in Romans 10:15, how beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. With your support, we can keep sharing the gospel and touching lives. Thank you for being part of this journey, and may God bless you abundantly. Shortage of official answers. In the face of these reports, local and federal authorities have provided little in the way of clear explanations. At best, the public hears a tepid call to remain calm, or that the fog represents an uncommon but harmless weather anomaly. Others go even quieter, issuing only generic advisories or health bulletins, avoiding all mention of chemical risks. This official silence does nothing to quell the growing sense of unease. Many suspect that crucial information is being withheld. Into this void step an array of theories. Some argue that military factions are performing broad daylight tests of chemical weaponry, assuming any conclusive evidence will be hard to pin down. Others point to climate modification experiments, often termed geoengineering, designed either to mitigate or to manufacture shifts in atmospheric conditions. A few see it as a form of social control, or perhaps even a covert surveillance operation orchestrated by government agencies. And beyond these worldly possibilities lie the voices that interpret the event in a prophetic light, citing religious symbols or end times references as evidence that something spiritually monumental is unfolding. The opening of doors in the Vatican and synchronized thunder. Why was Pope Francis terrified by the mysterious fog that appeared a few days ago in the US? Within this labyrinth of possibilities, one peculiar detail fuels further intrigue. Shortly before the fog made its presence known, Pope Francis allegedly performed the opening of symbolic doors at the Vatican, an action that many associate with special rites or decrees within the Catholic tradition. After this gesture, a flurry of reports emerged describing attacks in multiple regions, followed almost ominously by simultaneous plane crashes, as though the gates of disaster had been thrown wide open. Another disconcerting episode took place on New Year's Eve, when 3 thunderclaps shattered the sky in rapid succession, immediately preceding a wave of violent incidents in various cities. Although storms are natural occurrences, the seemingly choreographed timing of these booms spurred theories about man-made weather manipulation or sonic weaponry designed to foment chaos and fear. The notion that technology might be responsible for orchestrating such dramatic moments only heightens the tension already swirling around the fog. Fear and faith collide. If official sources fail to provide conclusive answers, might there be a higher transcendent refuge capable of offering a sense of peace? Many Christians look to God for precisely that solace, believing that divine sovereignty persists even when hidden forces appear to move against humanity. The biblical exhortation, "Fear not, for I am with you," gains particular resonance in an era when neighborhoods are shrouded in a potentially toxic haze. Rather than succumbing to paralysis, individuals are encouraged to see fear as a catalyst, prompting them to seek divine protection. In this interpretation, Faith is not naive optimism, but rather an intentional stance against panic. Rumors of secret plots might echo endlessly, but prayer is proposed as a sanctuary that preserves mental clarity and calms the heart. Vigilance, unity, and discernment. It is vital, however, to note that this call to faith is not a license for passivity or a reason to ignore worldly realities. The message also underscores that crises often remind us of our fragility as human beings, nudging us toward existential questions we might otherwise overlook. When formal institutions and scientific explanations waver, faith can serve as an anchor for the soul. Yet this perspective need not be exclusively religious. Even those who do not subscribe to a particular doctrine can reflect on the need for some form of grounding, philosophical, moral, or spiritual, when life's certainties crumble. Conclusion. In this extensive account laden with unanswered questions, the mysterious fog stands as a potent metaphor. It envelops entire cities, triggers unsettling physical symptoms, rattles animals, and raises suspicions that something massive and possibly menacing is unfolding behind the scenes. The lack of coherent official explanations, combined with drone sightings, aviation mishaps, and concurrent anomalies spanning different corners of the globe, intensifies the belief that there is more to this story than meets the eye. In the end, we are urged to stay alert, remain united, and persevere, even if the truth behind this fog remains cloaked in uncertainty. Should there be an invisible hand orchestrating it all, be it human or supernatural, only time and diligent pursuit of facts will expose its true nature. Until then, one piece of advice stands out. Do not let fear tighten its grip on your life. Keep your mind open and your heart resolute, and if prayer is part of your worldview, lay your doubts before God. For in due course, this fog, both literal and symbolic, shall lift, and what is now veiled in darkness will emerge into the light.